to another video. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Sorry if I don't have my camera on today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna hold myself accountable here. My camera is low key having problems right now. I do not know why. I believe I dropped my camera like the day ago, so I think that might be the reason why. But other than that, hey, we're still making content. I'm still creating videos for you guys. So if you guys have any questions in terms of when am I going to get a new camera, or when's your camera going to start working, I am working diligently and working fast to get this issue solved. But other than that, welcome to another video. Obviously this video, as you guys can see from the title of the video, I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly the mistakes that I've made here on a discovery call, because I know a lot of people only post calls where they close the client, but a lot of people don't post videos when they don't close a client, right? So I'm gonna be showing you guys, I'm gonna help be essentially dissecting my own calls, giving you guys exactly, some clarity and context of what exactly I've done that went wrong and how you guys can learn from it. But other than that, let's just jump straight right into it here. So let's go.
Doing good. Just chilling outside.
Cool. Where you at right now? Are you just outside, just chilling?
Yeah, I'm just chilling out in my apartment.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So I know we had a call about like 2 hours earlier before, so it's great that we're on a Zoom now. But basically, before we dive in, I know I believe I mentioned to you we have about like 15 to 25 minutes here. I know this is more like a discovery, see if there is an alignment with us. Like I said, this is a good first start off. Obviously, I'm giving him the frame of like how long this call is going to be, so he's not just sitting here thinking like, dude, this call is going to be like 5 hours long. So I guess the goal of today's Zoom is pretty simple, and it's to obviously like understand your operations a little bit more clearly. See if where you're even able to help out at all on where you're looking to optimize. And obviously, if it does make sense, then we can definitely move further. If not, then we can definitely end off the meeting here on good terms. If that sounds fair enough to say.
Okay.
Cool. So let me just pull up my notes here. So I know you mentioned that you're using Zapier, and then you also have other automations in place as well. But the only specific thing that you're kind of like looking for right now is to like streamline like the internal process, right? So kind of like sending over like messages and just notifying you that a new lead or a new appointment or a new client has booked on with you. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what I'm kind of looking for like a receptionist. You guys don't do that. You guys are kind of the automation guys, right?
We do. Yeah. I mean, we have. Are you looking for like an AI receptionist? Because
no, dude. I already have an AI receptionist. I need a human.
Okay. So what do you mean by like in terms of like receptionist? You're just looking for like a human receptionist, essentially?
Yeah. Well, I have the AI one, and that works for the most part. But sometimes.
So this is where I kind of like messed up. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't sticking to my. Well, you don't. I mean, look, the best salespeople don't really use a script, but for me, obviously, I'm not at that point yet, right? So I should have stuck to my script here, because like now we're kind of going off topic, right? So yeah, I mean that's one of the mistakes that you guys should learn from is to definitely try to stay try your best to stay on script most of the time.
It kind of gets like it can't answer some questions, and it kind of loses sales quite often because I can only put in questions.
Now that's a pain point. He's losing sales often because he has an AI receptionist, but it's probably not that optimized, which is why he's losing out on sales.
And then like I constantly update it, and it doesn't have a soul. So I mean, people like book when they feel the soul, and it's like I want like a nice lady with no accent, basically, to just talk to these people. Because like sometimes people even think the AI is a real person, and then she'll say like some AI shit, and they're like, "What's wrong with this person?" Like, because it sounds pretty realistic, and they don't know it's an AI.
Are you using 11 Labs, or what are you using for like your AI receptionist?
Well, I use 11 Labs to make my like my voicemail guy. He like says his spiel, and then they leave a message. But I just realized like he talks so slow. I did like a meditation setting, and he's like, I don't know, he sounds like low key kind of creepy if you call him and hear it. So I'm like, I don't love that. I gotta fix that. Probably me would be better. Me just be doing it. Like for example, today I'm at the gym. I turned off Smith AI because I was in overage. So I had 50 calls I could use. I'm at like 69 or something, and they charged me $12.40 per overcharge. So it's like 20 calls. And like some of these people were just spamming me when I was in Aruba, and it was just going to the Smith AI. So I got to scream on that. That Smith AI is not great. Kind of sucks. Grasshopper, terrible phone line. A lot of problems with those guys. And then they charged me $10,000 because they did my monthly fee. Whatever. It's besides the point. Sorry. Where were we?
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, right, just to give you some context, it's great that you have an AI receptionist, but I mean, in terms of that, I mean, do you have it where it's like, if they're not able to answer specific questions, right? Let's say someone calls and they ask a question and the AI is not able to answer that specific question. Now, where does that typically like pan out? Like, do they just like end the call there, or do they like transfer over the call to like a different person to kind of like escalate that, or like
there's like no system in place. Like they'll like just get mad, and then I'll try to call them back when I realize what's going on. I'll call them and like clarify. But it kind of sucks. I don't really have anything in place. I need like an actual like I don't want to say manager, but like kind of a manager. Like I need somebody to like handle that shit for me because like I'm doing shit all day and I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
But the thing that the AI can't do that I need is like book the appointments like with the therapist because they need to confirm with the therapist that they're available for the job.
Okay.
So there's a multi-step that happens. So they call, they ask, they want this and that. It gets the transcript of that, and then I get the transcript in my email from FormScreen.
Okay.
And then from there, it automatically now goes into the little app that I made that then displays the booking request to my team, and then they can confirm, and then they can book it from there into MassageBook software, and then they can check out with MassageBook as well on their phone once they go to the appointment. That's the system I have right now. Yeah, but it's kind of the back end is a new thing now. Like I just made the back end, and like it kind of sucks. I mean, I couldn't even find the files to the app because Claude made a hidden folder that only Claude knows where it is. So I was like looking at my files and I couldn't find it anywhere. I talked to Claude again, and he's like, "Oh yeah, like that was in a hidden file only I know about. I found it in like an old chat we had, and then he pulled it up. I'm like, okay, can you pull those out and put them in a regular folder? So now I have a regular folder. So now I can update the app with like new instructions. So right now I'm working on adding a security layer, which I'll probably be able to do.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it sounds like you have your backend systems already built out. It just needs a little more optimizing to kind of like get to that next step, right? I mean, you already have the receptionist. There's obviously some things that just from based on this conversation so far, it seems like, you know, there's some optimizations that need to go into that receptionist to make it more streamlined. Your booking processes, right? Obviously notifying you that Udemy has booked on. Like, I mean, you already have that in place, but just kind of like optimizing that more. So it seems like you already have everything in place. You just don't know how to kind of like optimize it to a little bit more where it's like, you know, it's fully there, or like fully systemized, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, in terms of that, I mean, it also sounds like you're already bringing on clients. I mean, I know you mentioned that you're not really doing any sort of marketing. Are they all just referrals or just like from pre-existing clients?
I'm the number one like reviewed in the States. So like on Google My Business, I'm way up there on Google My Business, and the website's doing ranking pretty well as well. So I don't know, it's kind of just been up there. I've been doing it for 3 years, and yeah, asked people for Google reviews for a while, and so I got all those reviews. But now I have like a large team of therapists, so I send them out to do all the mobile sessions. And then I'm just handling everything. Like if the therapist has trouble like checking out, I'm the person that has to try to like teach them how to do it. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking for like a manager, honestly, because like the automations like I can do. Yeah, I can make them. But maybe since I know how to make automations, maybe I'd make more money making automations for other businesses.
So this is where I just like kind of like told myself I need to get off this call with this guy. And I've literally been on this call, and well, you guys can literally see, like, yeah, I don't know, like, the moment he said that, like, you can already kind of tell, and this is where self-awareness comes in, right? You know, you need to be more self-aware of like what people's actual intentions are. He's probably on this call to just learn from me instead of trying to grow his own business, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I mean, I mean, that's definitely a good route to take.
That's what you do.
Yeah, I mean, well, we never really like. Well, obviously, we do create automations and we do marketing for other specific like clinics, practices, home service-based businesses. But just kind of like coming back from like where you're at on their side, it's like I don't really feel like it's more of like a volume issue for like clients because, like you mentioned, you already bring in clients. So I feel like it's more of like a time delegation thing where, you know, if you just kind of delegate more of your time outside of just working within the business, then yeah, I mean, who knows? You can also create automations for other businesses. If that's
I'd like to also make a personal trainer business. I already have some of my massage therapists do that as well. And I want to do in-home personal training. So I need to make another system for that business. So yeah, I can work on that. But do you guys do email marketing or like, because I do Google ads and I do meta ads. The most profitable Google ads I found have been for chair massage. Like for example, today I got a $5,000 booking for $4 spent on Google ads.
Okay, that's really good.
For a chair massage events. And then I had a golf club, country club is doing an event, and they have 160 people that all need a 15-minute massage. So it's 40 hours of chair massage. So then I send that out to my team on the group chat, and they're all like fighting for it. So I got that filled. Okay. So yeah, the chair massage is the most profitable. So I mean, any ideas you have on like how I can scale that up, like whether it's marketing or whatever, but I mean, I already do cold emails. So I have a chair massage membership that's it's $1,111. And then we add a 20% gratuity on it automatically. And that's recurring every month. So I target companies offering that, and then it comes with 10 hours of chair massage, and they can split that up with like, you know, two therapists, 5 hours each or whatever they want to do. Yeah, so I mean, I'm trying to scale that up for sure. So
so you have like multiple other businesses as well that you want to scale up, like besides Serenity Mobile. Is that right?
No, it is Serenity Mobile. We do chair massage as well. Stable massage.
Oh, so like different services and different offers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Everything. I mean, I want to do personal training, and yeah, we could do everything. I don't care.
Okay, cool. I mean, that I guess that explains why I can't really like answer specific questions because there's a lot of things going on and a lot of people have different questions. So
I mean, especially the chair massage stuff. I mean, for example, like today,
Yeah.
I was at the gym. I just turned off Smith AI, so I get the call, and it's a lady, and I have terrible reception, and I'm trying to talk to her, and it's cutting in and out, and then she's like, "Yeah, I need the 160 massages at the country club." I'm like, "Oh shit!" So I like run outside and try to get like good reception so I could talk to her, and then I'm like,
So there's so obviously the pain point here is that he has automations within his business, but they aren't optimized, and at the same time he is looking to optimize his automations a little bit more, but at the same time he's losing out on time and revenue still, even with the automations in place, right? So that's his pain point.
"We'll fill out the chair massage request form." So then she sends out that. So now I have that form. So yeah, but I just don't want to have to run outside the gym and sprint for the job, but like an AI, like I don't want an AI talking to a $5,000 client. Like it's worth it to have a human talk to them.
Yeah.
But they can answer the easy questions and stuff like at the beginning, but I want it to go to a human like after. But the problem is with like the Smith AI or the Ruby AI or whatever, it never goes out to the same person every time that like understands my business. It's like someone in the world that like works for their company and they have like a data sheet of some stuff, but like they don't really know, and they can't. If you call back, you're talking to someone totally different now that doesn't know what's going on either. So it's not a good solution either. And so I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I mean 100%. So here's what I can do then. Let me show you my screen just because I know I promised that I'd show you exactly a little bit of how our processes work. So let me share my screen. I know you're on your phone right now, but let me know if you're able to see my screen here.
Wait, what does this meeting as being live stream mean? Does that mean it's like on the internet?
No. It's just for me and my teams. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, just whenever someone asks a question, just try your best to answer them. But it's not being live streamed. Yeah, it's just a recording for just me, so I can always look back. And if you want to also look at the meeting, I can also send it to you. So, but yeah, it's not live streamed. So basically, just from everything in general, I'm gonna just come back here if you're able to still see my screen. This is essentially how like one of our AI inbound voice receptionists work, right? I know you mentioned that you already have a receptionist. It doesn't really like answer the questions that very good. It doesn't transfer over calls as well. So basically how this works is it works in two sequences, right? So obviously I'll start with pillar one, where I know most of the time, I know most businesses do get lots of like spammy calls where, a lot of people spam call, a lot of people just kind of like cold call. This is where we also have our receptionist pretty much built out where we limit those spam calls, right? Because obviously, there is a limit to how many calls an AI receptionist is able to take monthly. Like you mentioned, I know you said something about like 50 calls or something, and if it passes 50, it charges you like $12 per.
Yeah, and they should filter out the spam calls, because if I get 5 calls in a row from the same number, to charge the $12.50 each time is like theft. Yeah. Like that's absurd.
Well, I mean, I've never heard of that before at all. Like, I mean, the fact that you're getting charged $12.50 for a call
with AI.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I mean, for us, the system that we build out and from the developers that we build out. Okay, first of all, this is also where you need to have good brand knowledge, because like $12 per call that doesn't sound about right, like at all. Like, I don't know what he's probably doing, but $12 per call. That's literally, so if 10 people call you, that's $120 per day. That's not profitable. So what he's probably doing something wrong. AI from, it's like 0.0012 cents per minute. And what I didn't do here is acknowledge that he's probably doing something wrong. I acknowledge that doesn't sound right, but I didn't acknowledge that he's probably doing something wrong. Two different things. It's not like $12 after 50 calls. So that's the first time I've heard that, which is really weird. And yes, like you're totally right. It should it should filter out spam calls. Like if someone calls you 5 times in a row from the same number.
All right. So you're saying you have a better AI voice call system than the Smith AI?
Yeah, we don't use Smith AI. We use we typically use 3. It's first is AnyDead. You've probably heard all these: AnyDead, 11 Labs, and Synthflow. Have you heard of those?
Yeah. So do you have any plan for like if they're like is there a human that you can like add on?
Yeah, so that's exactly how it works, right? So first of all, when there's 2 sequences, right? So the first sequence is when someone calls the phone number directly, and we'll essentially create you a phone number. It's not going to be your personal like 617 number. It'll be like a different phone number that we create for you like on Twilio. Once we create that phone number for you, like in your area code.
Would I have to switch my business phone number, you're saying?
You don't have to switch it. I mean, most of our clients just add that phone number onto their website or onto their LinkedIn, onto their social profiles, and people can just call that number. So you don't have to switch it. You just have to like add on that phone number. If that makes sense.
That kind of doesn't make sense.
So obviously, did you connect the AI receptionist to that 617 number?
So that's my Grasshopper phone number. So that's my business phone number.
Okay.
And then Smith, it does go to Smith AI through like a transfer or some shit like that. It's a different Smith AI number's weird, I think, but.
Oh, so the 617 number isn't like directly like your personal number from.
Right. Yeah. A lot of different numbers.
That's perfect. We can use that number then. I thought that number was like your personal phone number where it was like directly from like a mobile provider like
like T-Mobile or something.
I don't know, man. My T-Mobile is what I actually have, and that's 351-209-7569.
Okay, no, perfect. That's actually perfect. Then we can just use that 617 number then.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, but yeah, other than that, right? There's either two sequences we can do, right? So whenever a client does call, most of our other client, what we can do is we can have the AI answer the call, or we can essentially have the call go to you. But let's say you're not able to get to the call, that's when the AI can replace you as like that gatekeeper, where it's like, hey, Richard wasn't able to get to the phone call. I'm his personal assistant. XYZ. How can I help you, right? And from there, there's two sequences, right? So
That'd be better than my lady. That's just like
yeah. And obviously from there, if they need to answer any questions, if they need to limit any tire kickers, they can do that. Now, if they don't know how to answer a specific question, it's not like they're just gonna hang up the phone and be like, hey, just send us an email, XYZ. From there on, what it's gonna do is it's essentially going to transfer over the call to like a specific number. For example, like if it's they're gonna call the 617 number, right? But if they want to transfer over the call to someone else, maybe if it's you, we can connect your personal number into the 617 number, or let's say you hire a manager, right? And let's say she has her personal phone number. We can connect your manager's phone number into the 617 number, so whenever someone does have a specific...
Okay, I don't know why it just stopped. What?
Interaction where now you guys can...
Okay, so what I wanted to say right there is... I don't know why it stopped, but basically what I wanted to say is now I'm just pretty much going on a ramble of explaining how our processes work, which is fine, but you need to make sure they understand. You don't want to go on a ramble and then at the end of the fucking thing, they're just like, what? Right? So you want to do your best to explain your processes, how they work, and stuff like that, all right? Like that's the whole point of going on a ramble, explaining your processes, bro.
Much get it sorted out if the AI can't handle it.
Okay, so I had emailed Smith AI talking about how absurd the prices were.
Yeah.
And I'm still not sure if I'm still gonna have to pay like $240 for those 19 calls that were over my 50 limit. But they offered me, let me check real quick, 80 calls for I think $150 a month.
Okay, that's why we don't use that, because we know sometimes the prices are a little absurd. I just want to quickly show you this right here. So these are some of the agents that we built out for our other clients. So let me just show you exactly how this works, right? So we're gonna go into Europath ELC. So this is our client right here. And then let me just come back and show you exactly how much it actually is per call.
So you do it, you just directly on 11 Labs?
No, we have end-to-end automations. This is like the front end. So it's like we built the agent out on 11 Labs or Synflow, depending on like what works best for their business. And then we have a back-end automation on end-to-end to pretty much go from there. So yeah, no, this is just a front end. This isn't like even half what we've done for this client. I'm just trying to show you exactly how much it actually is per call, which I can't really seem to find. Let me see here.
So do you guys charge by call or monthly subscription, or how do you guys?
It depends, right? I mean, for a voice receptionist, it can either really go one-time investments or it can either go a monthly investment. If it is a monthly investment, then we essentially do create like a specific dashboard like this. This is a dashboard for one of our dental clinics here in Toronto. So this is where they can see the dashboard, how many calls are coming in, how many calls need required follow-ups, tasks, pending tasks. You can also see like the busiest hour as well, like whenever someone calls. So for example, like I guess 10 a.m. was the busiest hour that most people called. Categories, you can see like a pie chart here. You can go into your call logs, you can see how many people called. So you pretty much get your own specific dashboard. And then there's to-do tasks where there's the type where these people have booked on.
Is that automated? It gives you the to-do list?
Yeah, it's all automated. And there's details, right? Yeah, there's details here as well, right? So for example, we're gonna create you a different system.
That's great.
Where it's on Go High Level. So whenever the AI does get all the transcripts and gets all the descriptions, all of that is pretty much automated into the system. So whenever one of your therapists wants to take on the patient, the description and the details, their phone number, their email, they're already all automated. So it's pretty much they just got to read through it, and that's literally the whole thing. They don't have to like ask specific questions. It's literally all just pretty much there for them. That makes sense.
That's great.
Yeah, but that's essentially like one of the systems that we have for them. I mean, just based on this conversation, it really pretty much resonates towards what you're looking for. I assume, obviously, I know you need to hire a manager, right? But I mean, that's
what everyone's telling me.
Yeah,
hire a manager, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like last thing you want to do is not like work for the business. You want the business to work for you, right? So
expensive. I don't know, like.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you want, you can try it out yourself, right? I mean, you can pretty much create the systems, and then whenever someone calls and they're not able to answer, the AI is not able to answer a specific question, or let's say someone's trying to book on with the AI, but they have some sort of like weird specific request when they want to book on.
So yeah. So for the month, what is it? What do you charge per month for the system?
It really depends. I mean, everything that we do here is custom. So typically, like this call is just more like a discovery call, see if there is an alignment, and then the next call, like obviously, I know you mentioned that you're only free on Wednesdays. It's more like a closing. So like that's when we can go through like pricing, and we can go through.
No, dude, like just give me like an idea, man. Like because I can like I can figure it out, dude. Like I know how to make automations. So like I need to know if it's worth my time to keep, or if it's worth your time to keep trying to sell me on it, because it depends on the price if I would buy it or not, because it's a couple YouTube videos away and a couple
Okay, this is where this guy. This is okay. So this is okay. Look, this is a discovery call. This is not a closing call. So mind you, not I have not sent out the pricing, right? And this just tells me that he thinks he's able to do it himself, which is totally fine. But he's probably this is where the mistake happened, right? This is where a lot of people just like say, okay, no worries. They try to hard sell him, but you're not gonna hard sell him, right? So what you want to do is this client is more of a long-term client. So what that means is, he mentioned himself. Like he just mentioned it. It's a couple of videos away, couple of, few tutorials away, and he's able to do it himself. And then he's gonna do it himself, and it's not gonna work. Why? Because he already has automations in place, like you mentioned, but he's not getting sales. He's essentially wasting his time building these automations that aren't moving the needle forward for him. Right? So this is where you have him as a long-term client, you send him resources, you bombard him with tutorials, and he's gonna see how all these other clients we're working with, he's gonna see all of these resources and these tutorials that we're making for free sent over for him. He's gonna see that as a trustworthy thing. And at the time where he's like, okay, this isn't really working for me, I built these automations and it's not working, he's gonna come back to us and he's going to want to work with us, if that makes sense.
It's a lot of conversations away, to figure it out.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, just for this specific system built out with the AI receptionist with the dashboard, as well as notifying you that every single lead when it does come in and books on an appointment, it's probably going to be a investment of $2,500 to anywhere from $2,000 to $2,500 for the investment initially. Monthly fee, I'm not too sure. I'll probably have to talk to my developers, but in terms of investment itself with just these specific systems, it's anywhere from $2,000 to $2,500.
All right, bro. Well, that's gonna be a little too much for me at the moment.
Okay. Is it because it's too much, or is it just because it's not really like the investment that you feel like is working for you?
No, it's just like I just think that that's a little too much for me at the moment to spend on it.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Then let's do this, right? Obviously, I want to make sure that I do my due diligence.
So this is where this isn't really a mistake. This is honestly a good thing. I know you guys might think, oh, you didn't close him, David. Well, look, he has a lot of red flags, and if you think about it, if I did realistically take him on as a client, it would probably I wouldn't really do myself or my team justice, because now he's going to probably bombard us with all these questions, and he's probably going to want to learn how to do this himself. And what does that mean? He's probably not going to be a monthly retainer client, right? So it's best not to take him on as a client. So that's why when he asked me, what's the price, I just gave it to him straight up. Most of the time, you don't want to give the people the pricing, right? And most of the time, if you say, hey, look, the pricing is totally custom, we can't really give you an estimate. And most of the time, the best clients will tend to accept that fact and accept that answer and say, okay, we can just hop on a closing call and go from there and talk about the pricing on the next call. But this guy just wanted the pricing, so I just gave it to him. He got what he asked for, if that makes sense.
Here, so what I can do is more than happy to send some resources over. Still, obviously, I know you mentioned that most of your automations that you've done yourself, so that's I really appreciate it. So what I can do is I can send you over some videos as well as a few case studies, as well as a few testimonials and some YouTube videos on my end that you can watch, see exactly how we built out the system for other clients. And at the end of the day, I mean, if it is something that you feel like you can't figure out yourself, obviously feel free to hit us back up. We can see what we can work out. But other than that, like I said, more than happy to send those resources over, and we can.
So is Miro, is that your company?
No, so Miro is actually a specific system.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know at this point anymore. My goal here is just get off this call and stop wasting my time at this point.
We create to just pretty much build out these layouts to kind of give you better visual representations. It's not automated. We use Miro for like different automations, but it's not really like a system that you really need to worry about. If that makes sense.
Is it similar? Like that's what you'd use to make the system that you're gonna build for me?
No. Miro is a system where we create like specific like blueprints and like dashboards.
We're just gonna skip like a
I'll
few
give you
things
50
here.
bucks.
Sure, no, absolutely. So let me do this then. I don't typically do Venmo. Everything's pretty much like ran through the company. So I'll send. Like,
Around you? Are people around in your network do that? Or
No, just a lot of people just a lot of people that I don't know, but a lot of my people that do know.
That dashboard that you had for that lady.
Okay, so this section right here was just, I don't even know. Like, don't worry about this. I don't want you guys to feel unnecessary information in your guys' head. So we're just gonna probably skip here. I think the last few minutes are just like
everything and kind of like the prompt. I just want the prompts, man. Like, give me the prompts.
Okay. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Prompts and instructions, like here, like.
Okay, so basically, like I remember now, he wanted me to make him a whole YouTube 1 hour video tutorial for $50. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
One, blah, 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 prompt, and then I can use Zapier, I'll use Miro, I'm good with Claude Cowork.
Bro, like he does, it's sometimes, you know, the best option for these types of clients or these types of leads is just to get off the call and just send them resources right off the bat.
I can literally just tell Claude Cowork to build it probably in Zapier.
We have multiple skills. I believe our developers have a little bit more knowledge on that. Yes, I do use.
So yeah, I mean, this is a mistake. Hopefully you guys learn from this. Your goal is to just get off the call. I don't know why I was staying on this call here. But yeah, your goal is to just get off the call as soon as possible.
But I mean, the majority of our developers use the skill sets with what they have. So, like I said, don't worry about Miro. Miro has nothing to do with anything here that we put out systems on. It's just more like just kind of like if you really think about it, it's like I guess you can say Canvas, right? It's just like more of like a Google slide presentation, like where we build out our presentations and where we build out like layouts to just give you like a better visual understanding. So yeah, Miro has nothing to do with any of our systems. It's just more of like a blueprint, if that makes sense.
Cool. Yeah. Well, yeah. So I guess what I want for the $50 is if you could transfer, is it GitHub skills and then instructions on how to build it?
I can't transfer any skills because yeah, it's confined. But I can send you over some, you know, Loom, right? Have you heard of Loom before?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the video I sent you.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just gonna like skip a few things here.
just give me a quick second.
I guess the most valuable thing is the prompt, like whatever I can put into Claude Cowork that's gonna make it understand what to do.
There's not really a specific prompt. It's more like technical. Yes, you can like give a prompt to Claude.
Will I have to go into the terminal in order to do this?
Yeah, yes, you would have to go into the terminal. But there's not like really specific prompts. It's not like, have you heard of Lovable or Base 44, like those website builders? Have you heard of those before?
Yeah, I've considered using Base 44. I have used Base 44 a couple times.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
pretty, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's not like that actually. You know, it's not like you just give them a specific prompt where it's like, hey, you know, I want a dashboard, do this. I want a dashboard, do that. It's more of like you can do that for design, but there's pretty much like more technical on the back end side. It's more like back end work for you, right? So it's more like on the back end where you have to figure it
So
out.
for the AI receptionist though, like it's just linked up to 11 Labs, right? And you have the voice and then you have the prompt of like
Yeah.
who the person is. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's pretty easy. I just thought that it was cool how you had like the to-do list and shit integrated into like the voicemails. That's pretty sick. So I mean, yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm looking for to build that out.
Okay, yeah, no, perfect. I'll send you over those videos as well as I'll send you over like a few of like our clients on like what their systems are, so maybe you can like pretty much
So
time where you have to, you know, pay payroll too. So it really just kind of depends.
yeah, I mean, the rest of the call is just like
Everything else, I mean, yeah, we do have automations in place. Like for example, like the then so I'm gonna just send it over to you on the chat. So let me know when you get that. It should say 50.
okay, yeah. So I mean, basically, we're just gonna end it off here. Biggest takeaways, okay? Biggest takeaways is that, you know, obviously with leads like these, you know, you can change their mind, but most of the time, you know, you really can't, because as he mentioned, I mean, he feels like he can do this by himself. He's built out automations, and his pain point is that it's not working as how he'd like it to work. So obviously there is an opportunity where we can help him out there, but at the same time, he has that mindset of wanting to do everything himself, which is okay, but you have to just realize there's a lot of minor mistakes that I've made on this discovery call that didn't really translate into the actual closing call, right? So biggest thing for you guys to learn from is that whenever you're having a call like this, make sure to always find red flags and find green flags. If there's more green flags, aim for that closing call, no matter what. If there's more red flags, then it's you know, honestly the best to just, you know, get off the call as soon as possible, send over those resources, and then put them as a long-term client depending on the situation, right? So yeah, I mean, without further ado, that's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the diagnostic of me showing you guys the, you know, live closing call or live discovery call and how you guys can get, you know, information from. But other than that, hopefully you guys have well, I can't even speak now. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and if you guys want to see any other videos as well, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.